What if the media you've trusted your whole life was never telling you the whole truth? What if the images and voices shaping your understanding of the world were designed to keep you in line? President Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso has delivered a bold critique of Western media, one that challenges everything we've come to accept about Africa's role in the global order. In this video, we uncover the explosive truths behind Traoré's interview in Russia, his condemnation of media conditioning, and what it means for the future of Africa. Stay tuned, because this might just change the way you see the world. Traoré, Africa's youngest leader, made a stunning confession during his interview in Moscow. He said he regrets consuming Western media throughout his youth, particularly RFI and France 24. These outlets, he argues, didn't just report the news, they shaped his perception of truth itself. They trained us to see the world from their lens, he said. We didn't even realize how dangerous that was.
My biggest regret is having spent a good part of my youth listening to radio stations like RFI and France 24. I've been in countries where those radio stations were shut down. But we would use apps to record their news broadcasts so we could listen. But at some point, something clicked. I started to realize that they were conditioning our minds to accept what they wanted. It's their narrative that they want us to learn. And since then, I've started to see things for what they are. And I understood that what they're doing is very dangerous. And today, more than ever, I realize that they have conditioned the minds, especially of Africans. So, you can play a big role in awakening the consciousness of young people so that people understand how the world works.
This statement isn't just a personal reflection. It's a call for media literacy across the African continent. For decades, Western media has held a monopoly over information in Africa. From colonial times to today, these narratives often portray Africa as a land of poverty, war, and helplessness. Rarely do they showcase innovation, leadership, or resistance. And Traoré is done with that. It's dangerous, he warned. It blinds us to the truth. Traoré's critique touches on a bigger problem. When a people are conditioned to think less of themselves, they become easier to control.
And if you listen to Western media, they spend all their time lying. And look today, the AES, which is a model that's starting to take shape, they can't go a single day without talking about Burkina or the AES. It's impossible for them. And every time they try to spread information, to divide, to manipulate the youth. But it doesn't work anymore. I think people are aware enough. Now people have their eyes open. Through communication, they managed to rewrite history. And as for African history, they schemed everything to spread lies. As a result, some young Africans don't even know the history of Africa or what Africa has accomplished. Some don't even know that our grandparents fought, were put on the front lines as cannon fodder. And when they returned, they were killed like animals.
During the interview, Traoré didn't just criticize, he praised. He highlighted RT as a platform offering alternative perspectives that challenge Western narratives. Unlike France 24 or CNN, RT, he claims, tells stories Western media would rather ignore. RT helps awaken the minds of our youth, he said. We need media that helps us think, not media that thinks for us. This endorsement is symbolic. It reflects a deeper shift away from the West and towards new global alliances. Since Traoré took power, Burkina Faso has charted a new path. It expelled French troops, reopened the Russian embassy, aligned with countries like Cuba and Venezuela. Critics call this authoritarianism, but supporters call it liberation. This is not just about military power, it's about narrative power. It's about Africans telling African stories and rejecting the imposed lens of the West. The story of Western media in Africa is the story of colonialism in a new form. For decades, these outlets dictated what counted as news, what counted as truth. But many African intellectuals and leaders have fought back. Traoré joins a long line of resistance. From Kwame Nkrumah to Thomas Sankara, the message has always been the same: control the narrative or be controlled by it.
Des attaques en deux phases.
Traoré's message isn't just about him, it's about the youth. He sees them as the front line of a new revolution, not of guns, but of thought. He wants schools to teach critical media analysis. He wants social media to be used for resistance, not entertainment. In a world saturated with information, discernment becomes power, and Traoré believes the youth must claim it. Ibrahim Traoré's voice may be controversial, but it's part of a growing chorus. A chorus that says, "We will no longer be told who we are. We will decide that for ourselves." The age of media obedience is ending, and in its place, a new era of media resistance is rising. Will you be part of it? If this message resonates with you, share this video, drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Frame and Fact. Because the truth deserves better than silence.